Congress's temporary spending plan avoids a government shutdown, but the U.S. military warns it delays missions, undermines readiness, and puts the U.S. military at a disadvantage.
Congress has not gotten enough of its work done.
House Appropriations Committee Chairman Tom Cole says the temporary spending plan, the continuing resolution, forces the government to spend at exactly the same levels as last year with little flexibility.
If we order 65 Abrams tanks last year, you got to pay for 65 this year. Even if you need 100, you only can go to 65. If you only need 35, you're still at 65.
The Army Secretary says this continuing resolution delays more than $8 billion in investments.
And liftoff.
Spending at the same levels as last year hurts NASA too, according to Science, Space, and Technology Committee Chairman Frank Lucas.
Things are changing so fast, last year could almost be ancient history.
Even though it passed, a continuing resolution is not popular among lawmakers.
We had no choice.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says since Congress couldn't agree on how much to spend and government shutdowns are unpopular with the American people, a continuing resolution was the right thing to do.
It's my hope that when we come back after Election Day in lame duck, and the body can focus again on legislating, not just campaign season.
The Secretaries of Defense and the Army have urged Congress to pass a long-term spending bill. In Washington, I'm Vinay Simlot.
Love DQ baskets? Dip into new DQ Texas sauce. It adds a zesty kick to chicken strips, steak fingers, and all your favorites. Ask for DQ Texas sauce today.
That's what I like about Texas.
Introducing the Well-Turned Collection. At Ashley, our dining furniture is made for all of life's moments. Be ready for every occasion with a table that extends and instantly elevates any space. Discover looks made for moments big and small. Only at Ashley.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Ace. You overdid it on the loaded fries, and now your gut is in the gutter. Undo it with Pepto Fast Melts, so you can keep on rolling. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that sore throat.
Vapor-Cool drops?
It's sore throat relief with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks Vapor-Cool drops. There are lots of ways to get active. Lots of different ways. And no matter what we do, we can all agree. Moving more feels good. Especially when we move together.
Texas, this season, get the best deals on a new Ford and experience unmatched power and performance like your Dallas Cowboys. Drive our family of SUVs or America's truck, made for America's team. Because when the best come together, legends are made. Drive Expedition today with 2.9 financing for 72 months. Ford, official vehicle of the Dallas Cowboys.
Ford is the best in Texas.
HealthCast on KFDX is sponsored by your local Red River Best Chevy dealers and Care Team Home Care Services.
What grade would most teachers give when it comes to the effectiveness of traditional grading methods? Well, as the new school year progresses, Chanley Painter takes a closer look at why some educators are calling for new ways to gauge a child's ability to learn.
No matter their age, when students go through school, many will be told by their parents and teachers that good grades are key to academic success and a bright future. But as we continue diving deeper into the school year, a growing number of educators say that approach could be doing more harm than good.
If you think about how you learn something well, we tend to try something out, make a mistake, get feedback, and then try it again. But grades arrest that process.
Joshua Eiler of the University of Mississippi says school portals where parents have access to their child's grades can make kids feel like they're under a microscope.
For some, that leads to a kind of perfectionism that is completely unhealthy and unproductive for academic success. For others, it just makes them intensely stressed. School becomes a place not of learning and discovery, but of something I just have to get through.
Others can develop something called performance avoidance approaches.
That means that they're not trying to be the best in the class. They're simply trying not to be the worst.
Eiler cautions against using a traditional bell curve to grade students and instead highlights alternative models that give students a variety of ways to show they're absorbing information.
Allow them to focus less on the prize at the end of the race and more on the learning that happens along the way.
Instead of emphasizing their child's grades, Eiler recommends parents focus on other elements of their schooling, like topics they're covering and how they feel about learning.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Closer to the Gaza border. A story of resilience and hope. Please take care of yourself and each other.
Molly leaving was one thing, but then I thought Mom's weak bones might keep us stuck on the couch. No way. If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and are at high risk for fracture, you can do more than just slow bone loss. You can build new bone in just 12 months with Evenity. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%. I heard her say the Evenity she's taking builds new bone. Builds new bone! Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Building new bone? We dig it. Want stronger bones? Ask your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
At Eagle Auto Body, we understand the pride you take in your vehicle. Whether you're racing in the Daytona or speeding down the street, Eagle Auto Body will always get the job done right.
30 years ago, Rib Crib opened in Tulsa, serving